Hi guys, welcome back to The Deranged Reader, and I am going to have so much fun with this video, it's not even funny. I am going to attempt to go back to releasing videos once a week. Going to try. Don't know if I'm going to succeed, but we're going to try. So, I have been a champion of e-readers. I love my e-readers. I think e-readers are the greatest thing that was ever created because of what they can do and everything. But I got a bunch of physical books that I haven't started reading. So, I have a lamp and I've got a chair in my living room. I set my little butt down and I started reading Blood and Salt by Herbert L. Mullins. This is a Titanic book, and here's the thing that makes it work. There's a cargo hold. That's how it works. I have been fascinated by the Titanic ever since I first heard about the ship back when I was like 11 years old. This is a vampire has been released by two morons to feast on an entire ship full of people. This has Dracula vibes all over it. So the story starts off with this guy called Benjamin, or Ben. And he is an assistant surgeon for White Star Line. He's been told, go the Titanic. But he has to be invisible to passengers. They cannot believe that there's a possibility they could ever get sick, they could ever die. They even brought coffins on board. I think they're going to be used a lot. Well, one of the things that Benjamin notices is the large, long, black box. And he describes it as totally devoid of light. Like the light just, gets sucked into the wood. Very descriptive. Loved it. Loved the description of this black box. And about the light. Like something's evil inside of it. And the light is kind of beautiful. And the description of the ship is absolutely amazing. You can describe the ship in great detail because there are photos of the ship and there's all that wonderful stuff and it's absolutely amazing. And Robert Ballard will tell you they got some Titanic paint on there. Yeah, we got some Titanic paint. So now he kind of knows. Anyways. So, you got a guy, and I think his name is John. See here. Yeah, John. So John is part of the coal crew. Those are the people that kept the lights on until they couldn't keep it on anymore. He's part of that team. And there's this guy, I can't remember his name. I'll just call him idiot number 1. John is idiot number 2. And he goes and he tells John, oh hey, there's this box that got loaded up. And guess what? I think there's some treasure in there. I think there's some gold in there. Why in the world would you think that? It's books have the dumbest people you could possibly ever imagine. And John's buddy is dumb. He is so dumb. What, like, vampires have just dumb people come to them. And then, of course, we have some of the more historical, real characters like Ishmael. I hope he gets drained in this book because I can't stand the guy. Ishmael, the guy that may or may not have caused the sinking of the Titanic. Yeah. And Benjamin can't stand him. Benjamin cannot stand him. He's just like, get me the heck away from this guy. To him, rich people are a nuisance. They just need to all die. Just the impression you get from this guy. Benjamin's like, I just want to kill you. I can't stand you. He's like, oh, I prefer to deal with third-class passengers because they treat him with respect. They treat him with respect that he deserves. And Ishmael's kind of like, he has this little attitude, little thing going on. Ooh, makes me dislike him even more. So, anyways, I just finished part 1 of this book, and guess who rises from the dead? The vampire. I am loving this book. I absolutely am loving this book. I'm sitting there with my glasses on and my Gatorade and all that jazz. And I'm sitting there and I'm using the time because I'm reading it. I'm waiting for my pizza to come out and everything. And I literally am going into the world of the Titanic, of Edwardian England and everything. Not that. And just the description of, like, the vampire before they pull the stake out, like, talking about, like, it's like his robes and his flesh melded together. And when the vampire wakes up, so he's labeled as the first king of Ulster, which means that he's a Scottish king or Irish, an Irish king. I think he might be an Irish king. I don't know. Anyways, he died and he got turned into a vampire, and they paraded him around like he was some kind of court jester. That's what he describes it as. Probably the most humiliating experience of his entire freaking existence. Because here he was a king, he was a mighty king, and he commanded armies and got booty and all that, whatever kings did back then. Mainly started wars. And what might have happened during his reign is he probably encountered a vampire and got turned into one to kind of whatever vampire thought he or she was doing. Probably a woman. I don't know. Probably a woman, hot, sexy woman, turned the king into a vampire. Anyways, so he's been dead for a very long time. And he literally is in the all-you-can-eat buffet bar full of people. I'm going to tell you, the richness, literally, he describes this vampire as being just amazed at the Titanic, because it's like he knows nobody in his time period could ever have made a ship like this. I am so invested in this book now. I love it. It's just, it's amazing. And he prefers to feed on nobility or people that are rich because of basically of like how high quality their blood actually is. It's very rich because of what they eat. He's not exactly a fan of feeding on the poor. I don't know if that means he has some kind of morality, but we'll see what happens. But John helps him to waken up this vampire, and what does John do? No sooner does the sun come up, and they're in Queenstown, he figures out a way to get the heck off of that ship, and the ship moves on without him, and he's a very happy man. So, anyways, I am enjoying this book, and just sitting there in my chair and reading a physical book is absolutely amazing, and I'm just having so much fun with this book. So here's the thing about this book. There is no chapter numbers on this book. I had to insert the chapter numbers myself. So I'm currently on chapter 9. A lot of the chapters are very short. And this is what I really like about it is, yep, it's very short. Like I said, I am so looking forward to going back and reading this book. I'm not going to read it again tonight because I do have to get up in the morning. I'm probably going to stay up until probably about 3 because I don't have to be at work until like 3:30. So I can still get plenty of sleep and everything. But I'm thinking about instead of like getting the ebook version of the book, unless I have no choice in the matter, to get the physical edition of the book as much as I possibly can. So anyways, yeah, so far there's only 3 sections in this book. I could be wrong, or it could be more, I don't really know. But it is it's a pretty thick book and everything. Oh no, it looks like there's, see here. Okay, it looks like there's 5 parts to this book. Okay, so it looks like there's 5 parts to this book. So, but yeah, I'm really not going to be in a giant hurry to finish this book. Tomorrow I'm going to read chapters 9 and 10, and then when I get home from work, I have to work tomorrow from 3:30 to 11. So I probably won't get any reading done when I get home tomorrow because I'm just going to be too dead tired from working that giant chunk of time. But I am off on Saturday, so I'm going to actually spend like the whole day just sitting here or sitting in the living room finishing part 2 and getting into part 3. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Anyways, that is my video, and I will be back probably tomorrow to talk about chapters 9 and 10 of the book, and then if I'm able to borrow tomorrow, when I go to Walmart, because I got to go to Walmart and I got to exchange that one item for the same item, but a little bit bigger. I'm going to go back to the book section and I'm going to look at what they've got. I don't think I'm going to pick up any books, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay spooky, stay scary, and keep reading your horror books.